your perspective. I want to hear more about yourself. How are things going at Nan Health, or have you looked at our job description, and what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, basically, yes, I'm gonna look at the job description. It looks something which is more like DevSecOps engineer for the oxygen. So far, working on the cloud and also the CI/CD pipelines, working on a SML authentication. As soon as the authentication, so I think yes, yeah, definitely it is something which has been used on the cloud security policy, working on the cloud side and trying to work on the security standards, setting up a GitLab and CI/CD systems, and also authentication inside the working the uh, so with the agent developments and high availability. So implementing high automated developments with the design structures. Also work on the Neuralink and cloud-based API systems. So depending on the protective behavior inside the cloud and also work on automation of the connectivities feedback based on the computer science. So I was also working with the GitLab CI/CD systems and the developments. So working with the information security and setting up the cloud deployments. Was not unit testing and the code as well as the yeah, use of cases of usability and generally reliability of the applications.
Awesome. No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Just curious from your end right now. Um, do you go in the office today?
No.
No. Okay. Would you be interested in going to an office in the New Jersey Princeton area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it is a hybrid, I can go.
Where are you located today?
Yardley.
Yardley. Oh, Princeton. Okay. So how far is that from Yardley, Pennsylvania? How far is that from Princeton, New Jersey? Just curious.
15 to 20 minutes, I think.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. Um. Just curious. I want to hear from your end. I know outreach. Would you need, or if would you need future sponsorship for this role?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I have green card. No, no need sponsorship.
Okay. Awesome. Um. Okay. Um. At at your current role at Nan Health, you're a development security ops. What kind of technology you mentioned? What kind of? Can you walk me through what kind of technology that you are currently using?
Yeah, actually, I'm a DevSecOps engineer and also in Azure DevSecOps. So included there are so I'm actually working on a couple of things here, so including Azure IAM roles, focusing on the workload management using the PowerShell to automate the stuff. I was also creating various kinds of scripts and DevSecOps environment inside there, and working with the Azure DevOps cloud environment, managing the containers, replicas, and the node clusters. Also worked on implementing security and virtual networks in the IAM roles, working on various AML playbooks, so implementing security and workflows. Working on Dynatrace is the monitoring tool. So working with SQL managed instances on the database, deploying SQL servers and a database for the different teams and management. So vulnerability is the security code. Also worked on BMSs as we build agents for the different teams for each of teams to work on that. So also working with the Stack Overflow, migrate the on-prem systems on the cloud. Also with the onshore and offshore teams. So that was also working with the CI/CD pipelines using the Azure. security tools which can actually be used inside that. We were able to manage the DevSecOps by allowing access control for the developer's workflow, as well as the allowing security in the DevSecOps and the cloud services, also maintaining systems as secure as possible. Working on the IT operations and key part of the security conventions for the mindset shift and adding to the access management in the role of Azure side, managing the
Mhm.
security based applications, data, and create these services which should add it inside the application data. So I think, yeah, it was really useful for us.
Yep.
And building security testing features and make sure that we have like a defense interforce, and we are able to migrate the attack the vendors by modifying the secret files and Azure, and also for the credentials ground removed your own services, and as well as multi-factor authentication,
Mhm.
and also adding customized security
Mhm.
certification services amount keys, as well as working on the production environment. And yeah.
No. Oh, thank you, thank you. How big is your current team right now at Nan Health?
um, like kind of virtual people in the team that are actually working, so that more than 12 people, and who is as a DevSecOps member, I supported multiple teams. We have the teams in Canada and UK. So as
Yeah,
a DevSecOps member, I supported all the teams.
got it.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, how big is your team in Equifax?
Um, yeah, in the Equifax, I think 9 members team who was actually working with us. So it was a 9 member team when we are working, and
Yep.
then we were working with the third party stakeholders, and also we had some contractors were working remotely in our environment. So I think, yeah, it was based on that.
Okay. So a lot of these teams you worked on is pretty established. You got big teams, right? You got Equifax, 9 team members, non-health. You have 14 members. How do you feel about being in a startup?
I said 9 members, nine, not
Huh?
19. Yeah.
Nine, nine, yes, nine, nine, nine.
Mhm.
How do you feel about being in a startup?
That's a good team and working environment, I would like to say, and there should not be a problem at all. So I think it's something which I would really want to work in the case in setup. So it and really gives you a good working environment, and hands off side, trying to also work with the various stakeholders on the day to day basis. So understanding how this stuff is done, and learning new technologies inside that, and it's really would mean to be a big thing for me, where I am actually working on that. So yeah, yes.
Got it.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
Okay. Let, let me tell you about, you know, can I, what, what else can I share with you about um, oxygen or the role? What can I share with you about the role itself
Mhm.
and oxygen?
Yeah, what is the team size and day-to-day activities and expectations and team culture tools that are using?
Yeah. Team size, I would say this is a brand new role.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a small team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, considering that we're a startup, there's a lot of you get your hand wet in a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of team culture, right, we're a startup and we're very flexible, right? We're still building the organization so that I would say it's very flexible on that end.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, like right now, we only have one IT security.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the head of an SVP of engineering, and we're trying to build out that team.
Okay.
And we really want someone to come in, understands the landscape and build that out as well too. Curious to hear from you. Why did you leave Equifax to Nana Health?
For the better perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Anything else I can share with you?
So what could be the next process?
Yes, next process. Our next process is really having a technical phone screen as well as meeting with 2 other stakeholders. So there's going to be 3 rounds for this. We literally just started the search for a DevSecOps engineer, and what we're doing is we're speaking with multiple members, and then next round we'll move them to next round. We'll let people know before the end of the week. Just curious from your end, what are you looking for in a new job?
So basically, I'm looking for something which is in the line with my previous work, which I have done in the project. So I would say, and something which is really gives me a good experience in the application side, and work on the various kinds of cloud security. In this case, so in the application environment. So I think it is one of the things which I really would want to work on the runtime environment, and
Yeah.
the real-time projects environment, and also working on the Azure and DevOps and the cloud security. Some of the things which I would really be interested. So I have both cloud experience, both Azure and AWS. So something which I related to DevOps and as well as the cloud security is one of the thing, and which I would really want to work on. So,
Okay, that's awesome. Curious to hear from your end. What's your salary expectations?
Around 150K.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Anything else you want to share? Because I think I've got a lot of information. Trying to understand who you are, and I got a lot of information. Anything I can share about the company as well as about the role?
Sorry.
Anything else I can share about the company or about the role?
Not much, and I think I'm good as of now. So I'm looking forward to the next steps. You can tell me the company's agenda for the next 6 months.
The company's agenda for the next 6 months really is, considering that we partner with a lot of banks and we're a financial modern platform, we want to build out our security cloud. And right now it's at the infancy stage, and we want to continue building on that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Vinny, I enjoy our conversation. Thank you so much for this. Let me know if you have any more questions. I will now reach out to the hiring manager and we'll wait for next steps. Okay?
Sure.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.